So in the strange turn of events, Ghana has decided to accept deportees into their country. And today we're going to discuss why, what that means, and what I think that means moving forward, and my perspective on how things are going. All right. So, hey, before I go any further though, I moved over to East Africa, Tanzania 5 years ago, and I've created an exclusive free mini guide that gives my people the most important things that they need to know before they visit or move over to the continent of Africa. Now, if you're someone who wants that very important information, please click the link down in the description box and you will get that document sent directly to you. Okay. So if you want that, please go and get that. All right. But let me get to the point. Guys, Ghana is accepting deportees into their country. A lot of people don't agree with this. A lot of people think it's a money grab. A lot of people always got something to say. But I'm going to give you guys some of the facts that's coming with this, and we're going to see what's really going on and try to get a full understanding. Now, first, Ghana said the acceptance is based on regional protocols. Ghana justified the agreement by citing the Economic Community of West African States, which is ECOWAS, protocol on free movement, which allows citizens of member states to enter and reside in other West African countries without a visa for up to 90 days. President Mahama stated that West African nationals were acceptable because they do not require a visa to enter Ghana. So our brother just said, hey, bring them home. Okay, bring them home. Because of ECOWAS, we can accept our people back, and they don't have to pay visa fees, and they don't have to deal with that over there in the Western world anymore. So go ahead, bring them back home. Now, I don't know if there's a tax benefit from this. I don't know if they're getting extra money from America or what, but I do know that they are citing ECOWAS and saying we can accept our people back. We can let our people come back into our country. And when they get into our country, then we're going to work on sending them to where they need to go and figure out where their home is. But it's okay. Send them back home. We'll figure it out when they get back. That's what they said. So go ahead, send my brother home. Go ahead, send my sister home. We'll figure it out. A lot of people are getting deported because they basically overstayed their visas. Like, some people will get wrongfully deported. Yes, some people have gotten caught up in the mix and unfortunately have been thrown into situations that they don't want to be put in. But a lot of people have overstayed their visas, aren't paying for things properly, aren't moving properly. So that's a part of what happens when you end up in those type of situations. You got to know people, you got to handle your things, and you must stay on the right side of things if you don't want to end up in those situations. A lot of people have went to America and they are in that environment because they feel like they can't come back home. They feel like they will have let their people down if they come back home and they're not rich, because a lot of people went over there and they had this American dream within their mind that we've all been lied to about. They felt like that they can go over there and end up making $1 million and being able to send money back home, or be able to come back home on the continent and be able to build something like nothing ever happened. But the reality is, a lot of our African brothers and sisters that went over to America, they are trapped. They are stressed and trapped because every single penny that they get, it has to go towards a bill. It has to go towards something that they can't keep for themselves, that they can't build something, because they always are focused on paying for things. So a lot of our people are in a stressful situation, stressful environment, because they continuously have to deal with the stress of having to pay for stuff all the time. And I heard that they feel as if they let their family members know what's really going on, they will be disappointed in them. They won't even believe them. And that's understandable, because I've seen it over here myself. When you tell people you're from America, they automatically think you're balling. And a lot of them tell me their plan, their goal, their dream is to get over there and see what happens. They just want to go and see what happens. They just think when they get there, money starts flowing. So people have fallen into that. And now, unfortunately, they're being thrown out and forced to go back to their country. So Ghana is like, okay, look, if they are from a West African country, yes, you can bring them over here and we'll figure it out when they get here. So Ghana also had humanitarian considerations. Ghana's foreign minister, Samuel Akuzeto Ablakwa, emphasized that the decision was based on humanitarian principles and Pan-African empathy, aiming to protect the deportees from further suffering and potential deportation to unsafe countries. However, some lawyers and activists argued that the deportations violated international human rights. So the prime minister, like I said, send my people home. I don't want you to send them to El Salvador. I don't want you to send them anywhere else. Send them back to West Africa, and we'll figure it out when they get back over here. Now, this is something that's actually pretty good if this is the real reason. More people are starting to wake up and say, you can't keep doing our people like that. You can't just send them anywhere and risk getting them hurt any more than what they've already been hurt. Just send them home and we'll figure out what we need to do. And there are also legal challenges and concerns that come along with this. Lawyers representing some of the deportees filed a lawsuit in the U.S. and Ghana, arguing that their rights were violated and that some faced a risk of persecution or torture in their home country. A U.S. federal judge voiced concerns that the deportations may have circumvented U.S. immigration laws designed to protect asylum seekers. The UN Human Rights Office urged Ghana to halt the deportations of migrants with U.S. court-ordered protections. So the UN is like, hold on. Before you send them to their countries, please take your time, hear us out. Let us figure this out before you move too quick. And Ghana's like, let us figure this out. Let us do what we need to do. Let us help our people out and send them back home. But I can understand that some people have left their countries from violent situations. They're escaping some mess, and to be thrown back into that, yeah, that's not something that I would wish on anybody. That's a lot of stress that would have to go onto an individual. I wouldn't recommend anybody dealing with something like that. So I will understand if it does happen, but I would not want to be in a situation like that. So I feel for anyone that's in a situation like that. And let's talk about some of the challenges that some of the deportees have faced. Reports indicate that some deportees were detained in abysmal and deplorable conditions and faced limited access to legal counsel. Upon returning to Ghana, they reported experiencing sudden arrest and difficulty contacting family members and lawyers. Many also faced challenges related to reintegration into society. So they're just popping up on people, and we seeing it. We see what ICE doing. We see the moves that they're making. We see how they just popping out on people and just rounding up people who look such and such, who doing such and such. And people can even report, so-called report, and snitch on individuals and get them thrown out too. So it's a lot that's going into this. It's not just they're cleaning up the streets from bad people. There's some good people that's thrown in the mix too. Some people may have, unfortunately overstayed their visa and not been able to pay their permits for a few weeks, few months, and they're being thrown out. Some of these people haven't been back to the continent in 10 plus years, and they're being thrown out. So just imagine being put into one of those situations, and then when they come back, people automatically gonna think that they're rich. They're going to think that, oh, you came from America. Oh, you got some money, cuz. Oh, you got some money, little brother or little sister or big brother or big sister. They're automatically going to put you on this pedestal. So it's very difficult to reintegrate back into society if they know that's where you came from, if they know that that's what you were supposed to be over there doing and building and working on. So our people are facing a lot of, unfortunately, tough times right now because of the deporting situation. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but we have to look at the writing on the wall. We have to really accept it for what it is. They don't want us. They don't want us. And we've been saying that for years. We've been feeling it. We've been walking in it. We've been living it. But they don't want us. And especially if you broke. Let's just call it what it is. If you broke, they don't want us. If you broke, you can't stand up for yourself. If you broke, you can't even talk for yourself, unfortunately. So go make some money. We got all these tools at our fingertips. We got ways to make money these days. So we have to figure out how to make money. Stop depending on their systems. Stop depending on the way that they told us to make money. Stop thinking that is the only way. Go make some money, y'all. So we won't continue to be disrespected on the world stage like this, to be thrown out, to be treated like this. This should continue to be a wake-up call for us to say we need to make some money, make some strategic partnerships, make some good deals, make some good moves so that we have money. That's the only thing that gets respected. Yes, shout out to God. God gets us our respect. God gets us our love and our grace. But we have to be real and understand what game we are playing, what game we were born into, and what the name of the game is. It's okay to be humble in spirit. It's okay to be, relaxed, but you got to make some money. In this day and age, that's the only way that you're going to be able to survive. If you're waiting on a handout, you getting deported. That's what they doing. They kicking people out that need handouts. They're not giving handouts. So you got to use your skill set, use your gifts, connect with your brothers and sisters and do something. Don't just sit on your hands. Don't just sit on your ideas, and don't just miss out on these opportunities that we are faced with right now. Yes, it's challenging to be deported. Yes, it's sad. It's unfortunate, but there's a piece of beauty in it as well. You get to come back home to your brothers and sisters. You get to come back home and get connected to your roots. And being in that stressful environment, at some point, you begin to see that, you know what, this is not what I thought it was. Even us, so-called American citizens, we starting to see like, you know what, this is not what I thought it was. This is not what I expected it to be. So it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's also a wake-up call for us to come back home, for us to start getting connected back home, and to know that Ghana is accepting people from West Africa back into West Africa so that they can help them get to their country. That's beautiful. Now, I don't know if they're getting some money from that as well. I don't know. I can't say yes or no to that, but most times there is something else that comes with it. Most times they have been giving countries money to accept deportees. Now, I don't know if this is Ghana's situation. We'll have to look a little deeper and see. But I do know from what I'm reading, from what I've seen, Ghana is citing some good reasons. They're showing Pan-African support. They're like, hey, come on back. We'll help y'all figure it out. You can come here or go to El Salvador. Pick one. I'm sure they would rather go back to Ghana and make their way into their country rather than going to El Salvador and being locked up in a prison. I'm sure that's a better option. So this is just more confirmation of what, we've been saying, what the times have been pointing towards. It's just time to come back home. Let's just come home. Let's just get around our brothers and sisters and relax, chill, heal, and work. Because with the relaxing, chilling, and healing, there's still some work that needs to be done. There's still development that's taking place. There's still opportunities for us to come over here and get connected and do what we need to do and get our work done. But we got to come here, preferably willfully. Come here willfully. Don't get deported. And get connected and do what we need to do. Now, if you're someone who's thinking of coming to the continent of Africa, my wife and I, we're hosting a 6-week boot camp starting on October 12th, where we will be meeting weekly via Zoom. And also we will have an accountability WhatsApp group where we will communicate with each other throughout the entire boot camp to hold each other accountable and to work alongside one another. And who knows, potentially create some good partnerships so that we could do business over here on the continent of Africa. Now, in this boot camp, we're going to be talking about the logistics and the financial planning that you need to do before you decide to come over here so that you can set yourself up in a good way. And also the legal and administrative setup. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about exploring entrepreneurship and opportunities, and also some of the jobs that you could potentially get if there's something that you want to do. And Of course, we're going to talk about the cultural integration and building a community, because that's one of the most important things that a lot of our people ask about. And it's really a fear that a lot of people have. They're like, okay, can I speak the language? Will they help me? How can I learn to speak the language? All of that. We're going to talk about that and what you need to do to set up a community that helps you continue to stay here and thrive when you do come. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about settling and thriving. We're going to talk about what you need to do to get yourself set up to come over here and thrive and do things the way they need to be done. All right. So if you're interested in getting that information and getting connected with like-minded individuals, make sure you join us on October 12th so that we can get this work done and help each other out. All right. I'll see all of the serious people there. If you're someone who's watching the video to this point, I know you have a particular mindset. I know you see the world in a particular way, and you really understand what's going on. So I want you to just stay strong. I want you to stay focused. And I want you to really understand and study what we're dealing with and how we're going to be able to overcome this. How we need to work together, what skill sets we need, what tools we need, what partnerships we need in order to make this happen. It's sad that some of our people are being deported. And it sounds like Ghana is trying to do this for a positive reason. I hope so. It could be something different, but let's just hope that this is just a beacon of light that says, hey, Ghana is taking a stance and saying, send my people here. We'll figure out how to deal with our people. You ain't got to do them dirty. You ain't got to continue to mistreat them. You ain't got to snatch them up and rough them up. Send them back home. We'll figure it out at home. So I just hope this is something that's what's really going on, and we could, start seeing something new, because more and more leaders are starting to wake up and say, nah, that's not right. Like, why are you doing my people like that? Why are you doing my brother like that? Why are you doing my sister? Why are you doing my family like that? Why? So it's a new time. So be okay with this, people. It's sad. It's unfortunate. I pray for anyone who found themselves in a situation of being deported, potentially being snatched away from their family, potentially being thrown into a very, very bad situation. My prayers are out to you. So please stay strong, stay focused, and understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you went to America, if you grew up in that environment, if you're from that environment, you have a particular set of knowledge. You got a certain way of thinking. You've seen things in a way that a lot of people haven't had exposure to. So you can use that to your advantage. Now, don't take everything, because there's some bad stuff that we've learned. There's some terrible things that we picked up on being in that environment. But there are some good things as well. We can handle business at a high level if we understand how to do it. If we understand how to set things up, if we understand how to do what we need to do. So use what you learned to your advantage. Don't just cry about it. Don't be sad about it, because don't nobody care if we're sad. Nobody cares if we're sad. Don't nobody care. Nobody cares. So man up. Woman up, suck it up, buttercup, and do what you need to do. Now, if you made it to this point in the video, hey, thank you for your time. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. Please comment. Let me know which city or state, wherever you're at right now, whichever country, if you're over here on the continent of Africa, let me know where you're tuning in from. And let me know what you think about the deportees being sent to Ghana. Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good thing? What you think really going on? Please let me know in the comment box. And if you want one-on-one support on figuring out how to come over here for you and your family, I offer one-on-one consultations as well for those who are interested. I set aside time in my calendar to help those who are serious about coming over here. All right, so if you want that type of support, please click the link down in the description box and book a time, and I'm gonna help you out. All right, now once again, man, y'all stay focused. Y'all keep the shalom peace. Don't let these people stop y'all on y'all journey, and continue to do what God told you to do. All right, if he told you to come to Africa, get it done. If he told you to stay in America, come to Africa. No, hey, I'm an advocate for Africa, bro. I don't know if y'all realized it or not yet, but I'm an advocate for Africa. Through all the bad, through all the ups, through all the downs, I'ma still ride for Africa, because hey, that's all we got. So why would I turn my back on the motherland? All right, so yeah, man, do what God told y'all to do. If God told you to stay there, hey, do what he said, man. But I'm just voice what God has led me to say, how I feel, and what I think, and what's been put within me. All right, so y'all stay focused. Y'all keep the shalom peace, And y'all do what God told y'all to do, all right? Whatever he told you to do. But if you're trying to come to Africa, I can help you, all right? Y'all stay focused. Y'all keep the shalom peace. Shalom.